When Alice moved into the old house on Hollow Hill, her grandmother gave her one warning. Never go into the attic, Alice laughed. Why? Her grandmother stared at her for a moment. Because some things in that house don't like being disturbed. 3 days later, Alice found the attic door open. She knew she hadn't opened it. Curious, she climbed the narrow wooden staircase. Dust covered everything. Old boxes, broken furniture, yellowed photograph sand. Sitting alone in the corner was a doll. It was beautiful. She had long brown hair, a faded blue dress, and glass blue eyes that seemed almost real. A tiny name was stitched onto her dress, Lucy. Alice picked her up. The moment she did, the attic door slammed shut. Alice jumped. Then she heard a tiny whisper. Put me down. Alice froze. She looked at the doll. Its glass eyes were staring directly at her. She dropped it. The doll landed on the floor. Alice ran downstairs. That night, she placed Lucy in a chest in the attic, locking the chest with a silver key. At midnight, Alice woke to a soft sound, tap, tap, tap. She slowly looked toward her bedroom door. Lucy was standing there. Alice screamed. The doll's head tilted. I told you, Lucy whispered. Put me down. Alice switched on the light. The doll was gone. The next morning, Alice told her grandmother. Her grandmother went pale. Where did you find her? In the attic. Her grandmother sat down. That doll belonged to a little girl named Lucy. She lived here almost 100 years ago. What happened to her? Her grandmother looked toward the attic. She disappeared. Alice swallowed. Disappeared. They searched everywhere. Her body was never found. That night, Alice refused to sleep. At 2:13 a.m., she heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow footsteps, creak, creak, creak. Then a child's voice whispered outside her door, Alice. She pulled the blankets over her head, Alice. The door slowly opened. 2 glass eyes appeared in the darkness. Lucy stood in the doorway. But this time, something was different. Her blue dress was covered in dirt, and one of her hands was holding a tiny rusty key. Lucy smiled. Come upstairs. Alice shook her head. No, the doll's smile disappeared. Then I'll bring the attic to you. Suddenly, the walls began to shake. The ceiling cracked. Dust poured from above. And from somewhere inside the house came the sound of dozens of children's voices laughing. Alice ran. She grabbed her grandmother's hand and rushed outside. Behind them, the attic window slowly opened. Lucy stood inside, watching. The next morning, the house was empty. Alice's grandmother refused to explain what had happened. They moved away that same day. Years passed. Alice eventually forgot about Lucy. Until her 18th birthday, a package arrived at her front door. There was no return address. Inside was Lucy. Alice stared at her in horror. A tiny piece of paper was attached to the doll's hand. It contained only 4 words, "You left me behind."